Little known fact, the most important decision you can make all year is when you start training again for the following season. Inside Endurance Nation, it happens in November. And the majority of athletes, probably yourself included, wait until January or February. And it's a terrible mistake, leaving tons of fitness, literally weeks of hard work opportunity and plenty of rest as well. At the best time of year to do it, on the table. You just walk away from those table stakes. You come back in the winter, like the winter months, thinking you're going to turn it around, and you just can't get it done in time. I'm going to tell you today that you can make the right decision and exactly why you want to do it. My name is Patrick McCran. I'm the head coach here at Endurance Nation, and I'm excited to tell you about the 18th annual edition of our OutSeason program. I want to tell you how we're launching a master's version of that protocol this time and how you can actually win your program for free if you sign up with us this season. So what happens in the winter that actually makes things really powerful for training, right? Well, first of all, we just come off of a big season. You're just end of the year at your highest level of fitness, right? So you did a couple of big races, maybe a few, did a bunch of big workouts. There's a lot of fatigue in your system, chronic training fatigue, just sort of sitting there, making even just pushing hard or pushing long a challenge, right? And so people will just say, listen, my season's over, my racing's done, I need to rest. I'm going to take a couple of weeks off, and then I'm going to go back to just sort of building my base and build my base step by step up incrementally, 5%, 7%, 6%, week over week. And then in 3 or 4 months, I'm going to have that fitness that I need to be ready. But here's the problem with that. The volume-oriented training program that your favorite professional athlete uses really works because that favorite professional athlete has at a minimum 20 hours and maximum sometimes up to 30 or 35 hours a week to train. Now, you and I both pretty much don't do anything for 35 hours, especially if you work from home. I'm just giving you a hard time there. I'm not going to bust you. But seriously, that amount of training is not just a job. It takes another 35 hours to recover from it, right? And we don't have the luxury of that amount of time. So if you can't invest the time required to do the volume you need, if you're not independently wealthy or self-employed, which I'm guessing is not you right now listening to my YouTube video, because you're just like the majority of Americans, you got a problem. You sign up for a program that's going to deliver great results, but only if you quit your job or suddenly become instantly wealthy. Why roll the dice on your upcoming season by choosing a protocol that doesn't actually fit who you are? We decided that back in 2010 when we rolled out the OutSeason program for the first time. We were tired of athletes getting to the end of their season and just packing it all in, all of this fitness, all of this work, and they would walk away from it for 3 or 6 months, like literally just walk away. And really, what turns out, athletes didn't understand a couple key things which power our OutSeason. Number one, you're actually pretty well recovered after just 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks, depending on your season, the timing of your work, the type of racing you were doing, and just how hard you raced it, right? If all 4 of those things are true, you may need 3 weeks. For most of us, really 2, maybe just 1 of those things are true. So after 2 weeks, you can get back to work again. Number 2, you can continue to do work. You just can't do the same type of work. And if you think about the type of races that we do when we're doing Ironman triathlons or long distance ultra races running, or if we're doing long bike races or training for bike multi-day stage events, you're doing that type of work. The majority of your season is spent around volume. So you can't come out of a volume-based season, take a few weeks off, and then go right back to volume again. You're literally stressing the same system in your body. Yes, I get the details, I get the science, I get the data, but the reality is it doesn't work for you. Why? Well, just think about it. Let's just fast forward. It's December 7th. It's Saturday, right? You don't have a race on the season. Your family thinks you've got plenty of time to do other stuff, like maybe go early Christmas shopping, or maybe go pick out a tree, or whatever holiday you celebrate. You're all excited for it. But you've got a training program, and it says you're going to sit inside on your trainer for 5 hours today in zone 1. Why? Because that's going to allow you to sit on the trainer for 6 hours in 2 weeks and 8 hours in another 6 weeks. And soon you'll be able to sit on the trainer for like 9 hours on a weekend, which is the peak volume you need so you can be successful in July. Try selling that to your family. Also, try surviving that yourself. You're just literally going to want to crash your indoor trainer. I don't even know that's possible, but you probably want to do it following that kind of program, which is why we created the OutSeason. The OutSeason is an inversion of periodization where we actually do high quality work in the winter, particularly on the bike. We do quality running, and the combination thereof is not only different enough from your regular season training, but actually gives you plenty of time to take advantage of the other component of the winter when you're not doing lots of training, which is rest. Like spending time with your family is spending time with your family, but between you and me, it's rest from that hard work that you did this morning that was just 60 minutes, right? So you get the benefit on both sides. You get stronger on the bike, and you get to spend lots of time not training. And that combination of those two actually makes you phenomenally strong. At the end of 14 weeks, we see gains of over 15% in functional threshold power. We see improvements on 5K speed by 2.5 to 3 minutes. or a 5K in 14 weeks following this program. It's an amazing program, and your body is actually primed for it because you've had such a long season with minimal amounts of rest between epic workouts and all the stress that comes with managing that across the course of your life. So when you join the OutSeason program, you're going to get a 14-week protocol designed specifically for you. And this year, in 2025, we're actually rolling out a Masters protocol as well. So we're actually going to change the training plan a little bit and integrate some of the 4 pillars of Masters endurance that we've been working on as we roll out a Masters program across Endurance Nation to address the fact that the majority of athletes performing in long distance races right now here in the US are 40 plus. My friends, whether you want to believe it or not, you're a Masters athlete just like me, and you have to start making smarter decisions about how you train, how you race, and how you recover. We're going to be incorporating that into each phase of our season, each phase of our year. It's going to start now in the OutSeason. There'll be another rollout in the early spring as we transition to moving towards base building, and then another one when we get into late spring, early summer, so we get to race. So if you follow the journey this year with Endurance Nation, you're actually going to learn about the entire spectrum of applying modifications to your training plan and making smart decisions as a master. This isn't a PhD in sort of understanding your genetics, or a PhD in managing science and getting into all the details of what it means to be technically compliant with the genome that you have that maps you to being predisposed to extra fatigue when you have only 1 cup of coffee. No, we're talking about Masters lessons applied in both directions, because the lessons I'll be talking to you about the course of this year are actually derived from our very athletes themselves over the last 18 years. The majority of our athletes are over 45 as well. So we have tons of years, literally 18 years of forum posts, content, videos, lessons, all the information you need to become a phenomenal Masters, not based off of some study that someone did at a university who's never done an Ironman, but actually from people who've done Ironman races for years. They're in their 80s now, still doing Ironman races. Man, I don't know about you. I think I'm gonna listen to that Ironman guy. I'm just saying. So when you join us, you get the 14-week program. It's based in Final Surge. There are Zwift-based workouts for your program. You get access to our community for those 14 weeks. You can talk directly to me every single week, get your training plan modified. If you sign up early, you'll have an opportunity to lock in a season roadmap. We'll actually map out your year for all of your races, right? And when you do sign up, you actually get 2 things. One, you're entered to win the OutSeason for free, because I'm going to give it away to 5 people this year, because you should just have this training for free. It's that good, especially for people who are new. And 2, you actually be entered for the opportunity to win back $150. Get paid for choosing our training plan. How does that work? How does the win back work? It's super fun. We've been doing it for years, and we're going to roll it out to the public as well. It used to be called Heads I Win, Tails You Lose. And the idea was that when you did your bike and run testing here inside Endurance Nation, or one or the other, if you didn't do both, we would benchmark you off that number and then give you a prediction. In 14 weeks, we think you can hit this number. And if you can hit that number at the end of the 14 weeks, we will give you $150 worth of credit towards either Endurance Nation. You can buy a kit, you can apply to training or coaching, or apply to a training camp, whatever it is you want to do. You can actually retake their money back, reclaim it for doing the good hard work. I'm actually investing in you to be better. So coming up soon at endurancenation.us/Zwift, you'll see everything you need to know about the OutSeason program. So coming up soon online, you'll see at endurancenation.us/OutSeason everything you need to know about our OutSeason program and the protocol and the opportunities you have available to you. It is the best bang for your year in terms of training. It's the best bang for your training dollar. Leverage the experience of my community, of myself, of the programs that we put in place for the last 18 plus years. And dive into this program. You're not going to regret it. You get to keep the workouts at the end of the day. And even some people actually recycle them and use them throughout the year as a boost, just even taking small increments of each of the 3 phases. Everything you need to know is on the program page. All you need to know is if you're not doing the OutSeason program in the winter, you're walking away from 3 months of fitness every single year. And if you've been training for 10 years, that means you've walked away from 30 months of fitness. You've literally lost 2.5 years. Why keep doing it? Break the streak. Join the OutSeason. Number 2, the earlier you sign up, the less you pay. Very simple, straightforward. It goes live on November 2nd. So if you're thinking about it now, go buy now. And if you opt in now, you'll be registered not only to win that for free and pay you back for the top 5 people if you're chosen, but also you'll be entered to win in the win back challenge. Or if you hit our benchmarks at the end of 14 weeks or before, if you're super strong and really get there, you'll actually get $150 worth of credit. I'm excited to roll this out. We've got all the incentives and ideas in place. I'll be spending the next few weeks putting the finishing touches on the Masters course, which is just included with the Masters purchase of this program. You can always just choose the baseline version if you don't want it, but really the Masters course is a no-brainer. If I knew back 20 years ago what I know now, I would have started training like a Masters long before, because a lot of the decisions I made are actually just problems that became manifested later in my year, and I would have been better off for it. Thanks for tuning in. I'm really excited to roll out this program for you. I'll be sharing more information over the next few weeks. Again, endurancenation.us/OutSeason. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you online. Best of luck this winter. You know where I want to see you.